How's it going, you guys, and welcome back to Conservative Fitness. My name is Hudson. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my 5 favorite mobility exercises to help get you warmed up, move efficiently during your workouts, and help prevent injury as much as possible. Now, these are my 5 favorite ones that I use at least 1 or 2 of them every single day for my classes or for myself personally to make sure everything's opened up, all of my joints are loose and they're allowing myself to get full range of motion, but also turning things on and making sure my muscles are warmed up and activated. It's very easy for us to just kind of go through the motion and just, okay, yeah, I'm doing air squat, but when we're doing it, we might not be using the right musculature to actually do the movement correctly. A lot of us can be very dominant on one side versus the other side, and it can cause us to use too much of one side, and then all of a sudden we have certain issues or problems that flare up. So making sure our muscles are turned on is a crucial piece, and actually being able to move correctly, especially when you get tired, you're not really thinking all the way and try to focus on that proper positioning because you're in the middle of a workout. Making sure those muscles are turned on beforehand will prevent a lot of problems you might have later on in your workout. Now, for me personally, I've been coaching for about 6 years. I've been doing CrossFit about 7 years, and I absolutely love it. I'm infatuated by it, and I've seen a lot of different members and a lot of different athletes come into the gym and experience these same issues over and over again. So these are the 5 things that I use that make a huge difference on how everyone feels, performs, and prevents injuries in the gym. So the very first one we're going to go over is a squat plus a thoracic twist. So getting into the bottom of a squat, staying as active as you can, so I'm not just dropping in and having like rounded back. I'm having a nice upright squat, my hips are turned on, I feel them. If you can get your fingertips to the floor, perfect. If you can get your palms to the floor, even better. From here, I'm going to reach up and twist my body up and back, come back down, other side. This is a really great way to open up your thoracic and making you nice and upright for cleans, snatches, anything like the Olympic lifts might require you to be in, or any kind of squat variation, front squat, back squat, something like that. Really way to open up the hips and the overhead position, so it's a 2-for-1 for the very first mobility piece. The next one we're going to go over is a single leg RDL. This one's great for any exercise you have to pull weight off the floor, like a deadlift, clean, snatch, anything like that. It's going to force you to focus on stability, control, coordination a lot, because you have to really think about using your muscles and not just kind of just going through the motion. I love single leg and single arm stuff, because I see a lot in this program, a lot of bilateral stuff, they're using both limbs at the same time, and it's very easy for the dominant side to take over and do a little bit more of the work than the other side. So one side might do 60% of the work, the other side's doing 40, and even though that might not sound like a big deal, it can cause plateaus, it can cause injuries later down the road, and can really prevent you from hitting a lot more PRs and things like that. So for the single leg RDL, balancing on one leg, keeping that knee soft, you're going to keep the other leg locked out and then lean forward, bringing your chest as low as you can and try to make a straight line from your shoulder to your foot. Come back up, squeeze that butt, come right back into the next rep. A really great way to help stretch out your hamstrings as well as turn on your hamstrings, your glutes, and your low back, and make sure they're warmed up for those exercises you're about to do. I like to do about 2 or 3 sets there, 10 to 15 reps each side. I feel really good. If you would like to, you can grab an empty barbell or a light dumbbell and hold that as you're doing it to get a little more activation during the exercise. Great accessory exercise too to do after your programming as well if you want to work on fixing any imbalances. The third one we're going to go over is a prone press. I love this one because no matter what you do for a living, no matter what sport you play, a lot of us tend to not have the most ideal posture and we're in this rolled over position. So our shoulders are hunched over, our back is weak and extended, and it's a lot harder for us to get our arms over our head because we have this poor position on our shoulder. So if I pull my shoulder blades down and lock my shoulders back, it's a lot easier to get to that position, but it's hard to do if you have a weak back. If your back muscles aren't strong enough to pull the shoulders down and keep them there once you have a weight over your head. So this is a great exercise to help turn on those muscles and strengthen them to keep them in the right position and not have your shoulders be here. Also, just be very conscious during your day not to do this. Big proud chest as much as you can. So for this exercise, you're going to lay on the floor and keep your nose right next to the floor. You're going to raise your forearms and your hands so they're both parallel to the floor. Squeezing my lats really tight. I'm going to press overhead until my arms are locked out. Coming back in, squeeze my elbows towards my side. Take about 2 to 3 seconds going up, 2 to 3 seconds going down. If it's not too bad, you can grab 2.5 pound plates or maybe even 5 pound plates. That's probably the heaviest I'd recommend. Do the same thing, nice slow tempo. Your upper back will get really, really warm really quickly, and put those shoulders in a good position to help you with your overhead movements. I recommend 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps of those, and you'll definitely be feeling it, and your back will be feeling nice and warm. The fourth thing we're gonna do is a Jefferson curl. I love these because it helps open up and decompress the vertebrae, as well as stretch out your hamstrings and your glutes and your lower back, as well as really turn them on and help promote really good mobility in your backside, as well as really good spine health. If you're someone that suffers with kind of aches and pains, try this exercise out. It might help you out. So, standing up nice and tall, nice upright posture. I'm gonna curl my chin in. I'm gonna let my shoulders roll forward. I'm gonna try to curl my back in as much as I can and bring my forehead to my chest. And then I'm gonna drop my hands down, get as low as I can. And then I'm gonna come back up and try to engage my back from low back, mid back, upper back, and then back to standing. If that's not too bad for you, you can stand on an elevated surface like a chair or on some steps to where you can get a little bit past, you can get your hands past the floor and get a little more of a stretch out of it. And then if that's still not too bad, you can grab a light barbell or a light dumbbell weight and do the same thing there. So it's gonna require a little more musculature to turn on and activate. And again, really great exercise to do either before you work out and even after you work out as well, just for that overall spine health. So 2 to 3 sets, about 6 to 10 reps here, nice and slow reps. Definitely do not move fast on this one. Keep everything nice and controlled. The last one we're gonna go over is a dead bug. Great exercise to help teach you maintain that natural lumbar curve while still moving your limbs. A lot of us will tend to kind of lose that natural lumbar curve and kind of just have a bad lower back positioning throughout our day. And then on top of that, we tend to not really engage our core when it comes to us doing things like labor, at our job, yard work, whatever you're doing with your daily life. So what the dead bug does is teach us to keep our core turned on and keep that back in a good position. So laying on the floor, I'm gonna squeeze my abs really tight and keep my low back pressed against the floor. I'm then gonna have my knees up and my hands out in front. I'm gonna extend one leg and my opposite arm, come back to the middle and the other side. As I straighten out that arm and that leg, my core has to work a little bit harder to keep my back flat and pressed against the floor. And I wanna make sure it doesn't let go of the floor. At no point I want there to be any space between my low back. I keep that pressed in. If this isn't too bad, you can straighten out those legs and do the same thing here. Makes it a little bit harder. For those, about 2 to 3 sets, 8 to 10 each side. Move nice and slow. You'll feel your core activate, and it'll help with that mind-muscle connection of you actually keeping your lumbar in a good position and not letting it just fall apart. So those are my 5 favorite mobility exercises I like to do before I train for myself personally and for my athletes to help keep them injury-free as much as possible, as well as help them move their best in their workouts. If you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new, please make sure you leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe for plenty more videos. We're posting videos almost every single day now. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know down below in the comments, as well as what was your favorite mobility drill we went over in today's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.